Avdiivka mayor confirms Russian incursion into city outskirts.
Here's a summary of the article.
Vitaly Barabash, head of the military administration in Avdiivka, confirmed during a televised broadcast that Russian forces are encroaching on the city's outskirts. Barabash described the situation as highly challenging, with Russian troops attempting to encircle the city from the south and north flanks. He acknowledged that Russian forces have entered the outskirts of Avdiivka and are present in the city's private sector. Recent satellite images reported by the Institute for the Study of War show a slight advance of Russian troops in the southern part of Avdiivka. They showed a slight advance of Russian troops on the streets in the southern part of Avdiivka. According to Ukrainian forces, the Russians have suffered significant losses, with tens of thousands of soldiers killed in the battles for Avdiivka. The capture of Avdiivka would provide a much-needed victory for Russia, particularly in the lead-up to the second anniversary of its full-scale invasion and the upcoming March presidential election.
This post received a score of 2,900, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Imagine if the EU kept its promise to deliver artillery shells.
Ukraine falls, Putler rises. World looks away. Strange days.
I mean, at least in the US, it feels like actual Russian agents in our government are preventing funding.
60. Very specific. Individuals holding the country hostage.
60. Very specific. Insurrectionists.
American here. I am far more concerned with funding for Ukraine than any more support for a well-armed force like Israel.
Every year we send billions to Israel, who already stages a very impressive military and arguably the best intel agency on its own. Ukraine is holding back WWII.
Just FYI, nearly all of that is earmarked for Iron Dome defense missiles which target incoming rockets. Not offensive weapons.
Why do they crave this city so much? What strategic importance does it hold?
Main railway and roads for resupply.
Then if it falls, destroy the railway so it can't be used to help Russians.
Russia has its own railway military units. Railway bridges and such were blown up by Ukraine early in the war but have been rebuilt very fast by Russian forces. Russia is one of only a very few, or only, forces that have a military unit that is specialized into railways and such.
And if Russia has one force that's pretty unstoppable, it's actually the railway force. It's ridiculous.
Logistics wins wars.
Which is why invading Russia proper is a fool's errand, but also why they suck outside of a Russia.
Man, I hope Ukraine can survive this and that the US will send more aid. But at the same time, Europe, it'd be nice if you could handle your own shit and step up with aid.
Dude, the EU won't even defend its own shipping lanes. The EU is putting out statements against the UK and the USA for striking the Houthis and defending EU shipping while they do nothing and just shrug their shoulders. Outside of the UK, they will never step up.
As a Brit, I have many bad things to say about my government for the past 15 years or so. But you're spot on here.
Congress Republicans are approaching orgasm.
Putin's gopniks.
It's sad to hear it, but only a few months ago, I read headlines quoting reliable sources that Russia ran out of tanks after the Javelin destroyed all their armor. Rumors were that Putin, sick, who can't stand on his feet, was scouring landfills to find tank parts. Also, Russia's junkyards were raided by the army to find the rusty tanks left from Stalin's era.
Don't forget, Putin has been dying from a host of diseases since 2012.
Let me tell you the news. This Putin is not the right Putin. He has a double. I got it from reliable sources.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.